by the answer, sponsored by Dream Center of Life Resources International, and brought to you from Osbc 104.5 FM Ilawiye, Okebale, Oshogo. Still tuned to Osbc, we now bring you headlines. Orubebe dams PDP for not zoning presidency to South.
Court stops INEC from ending voter registration June 30.
Poor electricity supply. NLC demands reversal of privatization of power sector. Says Nigeria losing businesses due to lack of electricity.
Naira on recovery path at official parallel market windows.
Nigerians pay more for petrol amid scarcity, selling at 165 naira per litre, no longer sustainable. Marketers. FG reviews freight rates for tank drivers. Cost of diesel insecurity hindering production distribution. Ipman.
Federal government bemoans collapsing state of Tinkan Port, says palliatives no longer working.
Remaining Abuja train victims may die due to sickness, snake bites. Negotiator.
Gunmen abduct traditional rulers in Plateau, Bauchi.
Oyo police arrest bank's contract staffer. 5 other suspects over planned bank robbery.
17,647 drug offenders, 10 barons arrested, 2,369 jailed in 19 months, NDLEA.
2022 Commonwealth Games. NOC bars tax athletes to compete clean.
And these and many more shall come your way after the break.
A leader. Thinking of where to get qualitative education for your child? Think of Global Leaders Academy. Our creche, nursery, primary, and secondary schools are established in tandem with global standards with qualified and experienced teachers. At Global Leaders Academy, we have state-of-the-art facilities such as comfortable hostel accommodation with maximum security, well-equipped science laboratory, school buses, adequately furnished library, and many more. Oh yes, worship centers are available to accommodate each student's preferred religion. We also take our students for excursion on a regular basis. These and many more reasons are why Global Leaders Academy has been a choice school for parents who desire qualitative education for their children. Visit us today at Global Leaders Academy, located at Plot 1AMB, Oroki Estate, Lameko Junction, Oshogo, or call 0815-928-0037. At Global Leaders Academy, we are not led, we lead, and always a leader.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on today's edition of Headlines. My name is Oluchi Amuda. With me is
Nathaniel Oyegoke. Good morning.
The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has called on the federal government to reverse the privatization deal of the power sector, stating that the exercise has worsened electricity supply in the country. Speaking during a Median Employers Summit in Abuja, the president of NLC, Comrade Ayuba Waba, said the level of electricity infrastructure deficit in Nigeria had become intolerable. According to him, and I quote, "We demand the reversal of the power sector privatization exercise and the return of the privatized electricity assets back to Nigeria. We believe that government has business in ensuring that Nigeria generates enough electricity in order to provide the private sector and private citizens with the tools they need for renovation, production, entrepreneurship, and value addition for national development." Represented by the Deputy President, Comrade Najib Yassin, Barbara explained that the Nigerian Labour Congress has always made the point that there can never be any meaningful national development unless we address the infrastructural gap in our country. Of particular concern to us is the near comatose of our public electricity supply. End of quote.
And I open the headline this morning from the politics news. The governor-elect of Ekiti State, Biodun Oyebanji, said that neither he nor his party, the All Progressives Congress APC, was involved in the widespread vote buying alleged to have taken place during last Saturday's election that he won. Speaking with newsmen after being presented as the winner to President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential Abuja, he said he did not witness any vote buying in the polling unit where he voted. The governor-elect said he won the poll based on the performance of the outgoing administration in the state in which he played a prominent role.
And Justice Mubolaji Olajuwon of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from ending voter registration for June 30, 2022. The judge granted the order against INEC while ruling on a motion ex parte filed by Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SIRAP). SIRAP and 185 concerned Nigerians had early this month filed a suit against INEC, asking the court to declare unconstitutional, illegal, and incompatible with international standards the failure of the electoral body to extend the deadline for voter registration to allow eligible Nigerians to exercise their rights.
The campaign train for the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for second time in office moves to Ijesha South Federal Constituency with visits to Atakumasa East and West local governments today. A press statement released by the Directorate of Media and Communication of the Campaign Council indicates that the campaign team will first stop on their way at the palace of Osunjela Oba Mohammed. The campaign train will from there move to Atakumasa East Central Lake Council Development Area, where the governor will pay traditional homage to royal fathers at the town hall Ikpenido before addressing party faithfuls, artisans, market women and men, members of ethnic nationalities, and the general public at the playing ground of Community Grammar School Ikpenido. Also, the campaign train we meet the royal fathers at the palace of Olosu of Osu before unveiling its program for the second time to the general public at the front of Town Hall Osu. Members of ethnic groups, artisans, market women and men, members of the general public will all have the opportunity of revealing their assessment of the administration in the past years and what they expected to be done in the years ahead. And also, the Re-election Campaign Council of the Osun governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC has urged the Anti-Graft Agency Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC to investigate the candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Timola Adeleke, over his comment that he will induce voters before and during the forthcoming gubernatorial election in the state. Addressing a press conference at the Leri Olua campaign office, the Director General of the Osun APC Campaign Council, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, urged that for an individual to have declared publicly his uncontrolled and insatiable appetite for power to the extent of boasting to financially induce electorates, it needed to be investigated and prosecuted by the anti-graft body to stop him from compromising the electoral process and fledgling democracy. Governor Oyetola Campaign Council said it is pertinent to draw the attention of the anti-graft agency to the unguarded comment. He called on the FCC and other anti-graft agencies to beam their searchlight on the matter and summon the PDP candidate in the state for a thorough investigation. Former Nigeria Data Affairs Minister Godsday Orubebe has resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party in protest over the party's failure to zone its presidential tickets to the South. He also expressed displeasure that the emergence of Atiku Abubakar as the presidential standard-bearer of the PDP has left the two main posts in the major opposition party in the hands of the North. Orubebe added that his decision is informed by the fact that the present state of the PDP does not inspire confidence in a party ready to regain power in 2023. He conveyed his decision to dump the PDP in a letter addressed to national chairman of the party titled Resignation from the People's Democratic Party PDP. In the letter dated June 20th, 2022, Orubebe said he henceforth has withdrawn from all activities of the PDP at ward, local government, state, and national levels. In the meantime, workers in Nigeria and international agencies working in the states have been advised to rededicate themselves to productivity and transit good life to the mass of the people. The state head of service, Dr. Ologboyega, made the call while rejoicing with public servants, both elected and appointed, to mark this year's International Public Service Day. The state public service, however, also congratulates Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Uweye, Chief Judge of the State, Honorable Justice Adekpele Ojo, for leading the state on the front line of peace, prosperity, and development, and for giving traction to the welfare of workers and the people of the state. Dr. Oyebade appreciate members of the armed forces, the police, civil defense corps, road safety, Amatekun corps, fire service, water corporation, journalists, members of the secret and open service who toil every day to make the state work and perform to the satisfaction of the resident. The statement gave kudos to all the traditional rulers for playing their role as public servants in keeping and sustaining the collective heritage of the nation raised.
The demand for the reversal of privatization of the power sector by the Nigerian Labour Congress is our focus on your view segment this morning. And the number to dial is 0818-777-5777. The number once again, 0818-777-5777. The NLC said Nigeria is losing businesses due to lack of electricity.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. You're welcome, sir.
I try to comment about what you talk about this morning. I think that it will take time before we can reverse that thing. The only thing the present government can do, or who will be incoming government, is to try to improve our generation. Our generation continues to drop every day. And the best thing for them is to repair the extreme one and try to finish the construction of Mandela. As long as you can generate up to 5,000 megawatts, it will be very easy for transmission to transit. And by that time, this is what can be maintained locally. So, federal government must focus on that generation. That's why
morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. You're welcome. Morning.
Well, government can resist the privatization of our sector because these people have not done much to improve the power supply since the privatization. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Dr. Akipende is on the line.
You're welcome.
When we had a similar problem with telephones, we did the right thing. I don't know what is. Hello?
You are
I
on.
hear you. Go.
You are on.
Yeah, I said when telephone was giving us problem, we did took a drastic action by allowing, telephone system to people, to go to different companies. The same thing should happen to electricity. If we have many people supplying electricity in this country, it won't be like this. And you can see what is happening in the telecommunications field. So they should privatize. They should let individuals go into electricity supply. God bless this country. Good morning.
Good morning.
College of Arts and Science and D'Amico Montessori International School, Cali. Oh yes, at D'Amico College of Arts and Science and D'Amico Montessori International School, located at number 1, Old Ibadan Road, Ajebandele, Ile-Ife. We have a standard classrooms with unmatched staff and pupil ratio. We develop each student's intelligence through caring and all-round focused training while making the learning style very inviting and innovative for holistic development. We run a global school with all-inclusive curriculum that prepare the students for global relevance. At D'Amico Schools, we have highly passionate and motivated 21st century educators, and there is also an opportunity of learning foreign languages. Home away from home body system. There is also Hope Model College and D'Amico Montessori Nursery and Primary Schools at Origo Ife North. Enroll your child for both primary and secondary education. The admission form can be obtained at D'Amico Montessori International School, number 1, Old Ibadan Road, Ajebandele, Ile-Ife, or D'Amico Educational Institute, Kilometer 2, Eda Road, Ile-Ife. You can visit our website www.damicoschoolsng.com or call 0803 721 8120. D'Amico Schools. Admission is in progress.
Welcome back. Operatives of the Zamfara State Police Command, in collaboration with other security personnel, have killed a bandit and recovered an AK-47 rifle with 18 rounds of live ammunition at Gumi Bukuyum axis of the state. In a statement by the state Police Public Relations Officer PPRO SB Mohammed Shehu said the police had intensified confidence building patrols to avert further attacks on nearby communities.
Similarly, operatives of the Oyo State Police Command have arrested 6 suspected members of a robbery gang, including a contract staff marketer with a new generation bank, while planning to attack one of the financial institutions. The gang was said to have specialized in carrying out well-coordinated robbery attacks on banks. The suspects were identified as Mayowa, the contract staff marketer with a new generation bank, Abbas, Ridwan, Mistura, Abbas, and Akim. Making this known, the command's police public relations officer SP Adewale Sifeso said the suspects were nabbed at the Agara Odoano hideout on the Akala Expressway in Ibadan after allegedly concluding plans to carry out a robbery attack on another new generation bank within the metropolis in the early hours of Tuesday, June 14.
Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has paid an unscheduled visit to the Bagauda Carto Press Center located in the state's secretariat to empathize with journalists who were on Sunday attacked by hoodlums on a bus conveying them from Lagos Highland. The incident occurred between Ebutero and Adeniji Iga Itugana during the visit of the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the palace of the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Akiolu.
The demand for the reversal of privatization of power sector by the Nigerian Labour Congress is our focus on your view segment this morning. And the number to dial is 0818 777 5777. While still awaiting your call, men of the Amotekun Corps in Ekiti State have arrested a 30-year-old man over his alleged involvement in a series of kidnapping incidents in the Kole local government area of the state. The council area has witnessed more attacks by government than any other area across the state. This was just as one victim, Iduwajai, who recognized the suspect as one of those who abducted him in March this year, revealed that the kidnappers were angry with people of the southwest for speaking constantly against the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, hence the attacks on the zone.
Ahead of the July 16 governorship election in their state, Osun, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has organized a one-day photo education program with a call to physically challenged people to actively participate in the governorship election in the state. The state's resident electoral commissioner, Rek Abiganiyu Raji, while making the call in Osogbo, said it was the civic right of physically challenged people to participate in the process of electing political leaders.
The Abuja trained lead negotiator and publisher of the Kaduna-based Desert Herald newspaper, Toka Mamu, has raised the alarm that most of the remaining victims of the train attack may not survive the next few weeks due to deteriorating health conditions as well as the inhuman condition they are subjected to in the forest. Mamu made this known in a statement he issued to newsmen in Kaduna on Monday. In the statement, Mamu, who is also the media consultant to Sheikh Gumi, declared that he would not be part of any engagement that will secure the release of others who are still in captivity for personal reasons. The negotiator confirmed that though the victims were not being molested or beaten in any way, he stressed that their situation and efforts to rescue them must be treated as a national emergency if the government wants most of them to come back alive. Mamu maintained that he is alerting the leadership of the country, particularly security agencies and concerned Nigerians, that something very urgent must be done to immediately save the lives of the remaining suffering victims.
Any other story before we move to the sport?
Not really.
Nigeria's Golden Eagles has set for a grudge game today as they face Cote d'Ivoire in one of the semi-final fixtures of the ongoing 2023 CAF Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations WAFU Zone B qualifying competition. The match, scheduled to kick off at 4 p.m. Nigerian time, will take place at the Cape Coast Stadium, Ghana. The Golden Eagles won both of their games to finish top of the three-team Group A with 6 points. The Nduka Ugbade tutored side last 4 goals past Ghana to record a 4-2 win over the host on match day 1.
A State Talking Sports President, Nigerian Olympic Committee (NOC) Alhaji Habu Gumel has urged athletes who will represent Nigeria in the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, the United Kingdom, to stay away from drugs and compete clean. Gumel stated this on Monday while declaring open a 2-day event organized by the Athletes Commission of the NOC and affiliates of the International Olympic Committee (IOC), which was held at the Package A of the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. Gumel reminded the athletes of the need to compete clean, saying President Muhammadu Buhari and the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Diary, are both keen on competing transparently.
Before we go, Super Falcons striker Desire Pranosia will not feature at this year's Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, which kicks off next month.
And that does it on today's edition of Headlines. Has been the duo of Oluchamuda and
Nathaniel Oyegoke.
The producer has been
Mutura Ayegbayo.
The production advisor
Abimbola Babatunde.
Until next tomorrow, when our other colleagues will come your way, we are saying
good morning.
You are live. On Osun Radio. Osun Radio.
Community radio at its best.
104.5 FM. Àlàbí ni orúkọ mi. Wọ́n á máa pè mí ní dókítà sòkúdàlàyé fún gbogbo owó àjákù pẹ̀lú abẹfẹ́lẹ́ àti sẹ́lòtéèpù mi. Gbogbo ẹni bá ní owó tí ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ti fẹ́ bọ́ ní agbègbè yìí, ọ̀dọ̀ mi ni wọ́n máa ń kó wọn bọ̀ fún ìràpadà. Àmọ́ o, ohun àtijọ́ ti kọjá lọ. N ò ṣe dókítà fún owó àjákù mọ́ o. Nítorí Momo Payment Service Bank, ọ̀nà tuntun tó rọrùn láti fi owó ránṣẹ́ tàbí láti gba owó wọlé tó dára ju owó tá a kó lọ́wọ́ lọ.
Dágbére fún ìsọnù owó àjákù, ìwọ kàn tẹ *671# láti ṣí àpò ìfowópamọ́sí Momo tìrẹ lónìí. Ọ̀nà tó rọrùn púpọ̀ láti gbowó wọlé tàbí fowó ránṣẹ́ sórí nọ́mbà ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Ayé ti rọrùn nítorí wípé Momo dára ju owó tá a kó lọ́wọ́ lọ.
Bó ni o ọ̀gá kẹ́míìsì ẹ fún mi ní M&B paracetamol èyí èsè pupa.